Hi everyone, my name is Marissa. I am a certified personal trainer and I am back with another influencer workout review. 7 months ago, I made a Chloe Ting React video. It was the first React video I had made on my channel, and I made it because all of my TikTok followers were asking me what I thought of Chloe Ting. So I said, why not? This would be a fun video to make. I've never heard of this girl before and I want to see what she's all about because her stuff in the peak of quarantine, she still is very popular, but in the peak of quarantine, her 2 weeks ab video shot through the roof, and I think that's probably the most viewed workout video on YouTube. I don't know what it's at right now, but I'm sure it's like 300 million or something, just casual 300 mil. So when I made that video, I did a lot of things wrong, and the video sucked. I did not expect a bunch of people to see it, and now to date it is my most viewed video by far, and that's terrifying to me. And so if you are coming back from only watching that one video of mine, you're probably thinking, ugh, this girl again, trying to critique Chloe Ting, trying to tear someone else down. That's not the purpose at all. I am making this new video to, one, right my wrongs, do it a lot differently. If you've stuck around since that Chloe Ting video, you'll have seen that my influencer workout review videos have significantly improved. I came up with a system. I didn't have a system. I just sat on my butt and watched her do her thing, and that wasn't productive. So now I am going to actually do the workouts and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10 for effectiveness, intensity, and overall enjoyment. Today, I'm going to review her entire Hourglass program. She has 4 videos in a playlist on YouTube, and I'm honestly just gonna knock them all out today because they're all fairly short. I know that's not the format of her typical Hourglass program. She has it laid out on her website a certain way, so you do them in a sequence. However, I'm not here to look at the format. I'm here to just look at the workouts at face value and tell you if they're effective for what she's saying they are effective at. All right, with that said, let's get started. So before I get started, I do want to praise her for her disclaimer. It's all the way at the bottom of her description box. All of her videos are titled according to SEO best practices for content discoverability, and unfortunately this may mean that video titles are subjective and shouldn't be seen as absolute truth. I did not see that when I made the original video, or I could have just completely missed it, but I'm glad that this is there. I just wish it was more visible, but it's fine as long as it's there, really. She says, as an example, targeting fat reduction is not scientifically proven, but a video title might suggest otherwise. So basically saying that yes, she knows her titles are misleading. She also says she highly suggests seeing a health and fitness professional to give you advice on your exercise form and dietary needs. She says every person is unique and there is no one-size-fits-all solution to health or fitness. She is not a medical professional and your health and safety is the utmost importance. I am very glad she has that in there. So now that I've seen that, it gives me a lot more confidence in the program overall.
Signs in front of you. Remember to brace your abdominal wall to engage your core.
Oh, I need sneakers for this.
Great work, everyone.
My arms
Take a longer break if you
hurt.
want to.
This is new to me. Booty flutters.
Right below your knees and right lattice. Squeeze those glute muscles of yours and keep it a good workout, guys. Exercise.
I've never done half of these in my life.
Focus.
5-second rest.
Now get that on your
That's not a rest.
Rest this up. It's totally fine to do the workout without one.
Alrighty, so I did not film the last 2 workouts because my battery needed to charge, and I figured this part would be a lot more important to film than me just doing the exercises. The way this is gonna work is I am going to rank each individual workout and then talk about the program in whole. I took a look at her website and how they are made in a sequence. So I understand that you're not supposed to do all 4 workouts in one day and then do that every single day. I know it's split up differently, but that's not gonna take away from what I'm gonna say about the program as a whole. So for the abs and booty workout, I'm gonna rank it an 8 out of 10 for enjoyment. The quality of her videos in general is phenomenal. Everything is just so aesthetically pleasing. It does make me want to do the workouts when I get to look at that. I can't wait till a day where I get to have a space like that. For intensity, I'll rate it an 8 as well. There were no points where I had to take breaks other than the breaks she provided. I did feel a burn significantly, and I didn't use a band either. So that says a lot about the individual workout. I think it was a really good, intense workout. Now, as for effectiveness, I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. This workout really is not going to help you get an hourglass shape whatsoever. Yes, it will help with strengthening your core and building your glute muscles when coupled with progressive overload and sufficient caloric intake. For the hip dips workout, I will rate it an 8 out of 10 for enjoyment as well, for the same reasons as before. The intensity, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 without bands. So if you have a little bit of workout experience, I would definitely recommend using bands. You will get a lot more out of it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for effectiveness. It can be effective for growing your gluteus medius muscles, but not necessarily around those hip dips. They're 2 separate parts. So for example, I totally grew my gluteus medius muscles, but I still have hip dips. They're not gonna go away. It's a part of your bone structure. Thus, it's a part of your genetics. So while I do have a little bit more of a curvy area right there, if I turn a certain way, you can see my hip dips. They're still gonna be there no matter what. But that's okay, because they're beautiful. I personally like mine. The only other thing I could say about workout number 2 was that some of the exercises were a little bit redundant because they were already done in the first one. But that's not really a big deal. As for the third workout, I do like what she said in the beginning of her video, which was HIIT, other cardio, and eating clean will help with the process of getting rid of those love handles, because ultimately doing oblique exercises will not target the fat in the surrounding area. So I'm glad she's not claiming that her one workout is going to help you get rid of love handles, because that's simply not true. And I've talked about this same thing with other influencers in some of my other videos. So other people are not immune to the criticism behind that whole targeting belly fat with exercise thing. For enjoyment, another 8. For intensity, an 8 as well. I felt a burn, but not to the point where I couldn't do any of the exercises, although those side planks really hurt my knees. So I have to stay on my knees and not my feet, like she did in the video. And that's okay if you have to as well. For effectiveness, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because it will help strengthen and define your obliques. but it won't help you lose love handles. Basically, it's effective, but not for what it says, but I'm still gonna give it a high score just because it is effective for doing something. For the last workout, targeting your booty, not your legs, I'll give it a 9. It was a fairly long workout compared to the 2 in the middle, and I like that there was more of a variety of exercises, especially at the very end. Intensity, I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10 without bands, so again, definitely use bands if you have them. It'll really help, especially overall with the effectiveness of the workout and being able to build the muscle. And for effectiveness, I will give this one an 8 out of 10. It will target your glutes. It will be more effective if you include bands, but you should always train in a balanced manner. It is totally okay to grow your quads. Now, for the overall program, I am going to give it a 5 out of 10. Now, don't freak out. The reason why this is a 5 out of 10 is literally because it is half the equation to getting that hourglass body shape. There are 3 things I want to talk about in this video that will help you further reach those goals that weren't included in Chloe Ting's program. First off, yes, for that hourglass shape, you do want to focus on the gluteus medius muscles and having a slimmer waist, but what about the top half? Training your latissimus dorsi muscles, or your lats, and your shoulders is also very important to attaining that look. I'll put up some pictures of what I used to look like before weight training. As you can see, my waist was always small. I've always had a super fast metabolism, an ectomorph body type. So yes, I always had a slim waist, but I never had any curves. Now, fast forward to 2020, where I have been consistently weight training for about 2 years, you can see a significant difference in the curves. My waist has not grown, but my lats have grown, my shoulders have grown, and my booty has grown. And those things are what is going to help you attain a more hourglass body type. Not to say that any other body type isn't desirable. It's just the current year we live in, that's the body type that's favored right now. That can all change within a few years. One of the really key exercises that helped me achieve a more hourglass body shape was lat pull downs, and then eventually being able to progress to pull-ups, even assisted pull-ups too. I have grown my lats so much to the point where if you take a picture of me from the back, you can clearly see that it curves inward like that, which I never thought would happen for me, but I really prioritized back training when I first started lifting. So if this is something you really want to get serious about, I would highly suggest you do that as well. Now, we also have to talk about nutrition, because nutrition is going to be key for you to get a slimmer waist. You're not going to be able to do that through exercise. There is no exercise that targets belly fat specifically. And if you're a beginner, I have good news for you. You can actually lose fat and build muscle simultaneously. Even intermediates, really within your first year of weight training consistently, you can do this. And that is something I did. So being in a slight calorie deficit, really emphasizing protein intake in every meal and in every snack while doing weight training consistently will really help. And then you can always do cardio too. Like, you can have a good mix. It just depends on your personal goals and your personal body type, which is why I always recommend personalized training, especially when you're first starting out. But overall, you can build muscle all you want, but then a big part of the equation is nutrition as well. So I feel like she would benefit from having a section within her hourglass program specifically talking about nutrition, because I'm sure she does in a lot of her videos, so I'm not going to discredit her for that. But when talking about what she's trying to help you attain in her series, nutrition is such a key factor. And then the third thing is genetics. A lot of this has to do with genetics, whether we want to think that or not. If you are on the shorter side, you are going to see results faster usually. So if you're a taller person, don't get discouraged if you see your shorter friends making gains faster than you. Their limbs are shorter and the muscle has more opportunity to grow upward and outward. Taller people do have an advantage when it comes to overall strength, so both have their strengths and weaknesses, but I just want to say genetics, your height, does play a really big role in you having an hourglass shape. Some people are naturally blessed with an hourglass shape and they don't have to do any training. But most people do not have that privilege. I'm 5'6", so I am smack dab in the middle of short for female and tall for female. I'm literally just average. So for me, I was able to see results fairly quickly, but definitely not as quickly as my 5'1", and 5'2" friends, and that's okay. Every body is different. You can train the same exact way as someone else and eat the same way as someone else, but your bodies are still gonna look different. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this workout and if it was better than my first Chloe Ting review, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel because I will be doing more influencer workout reviews in the future. But also let me know what other videos you'd like to see from this channel. I love to branch out more, which I have been doing recently, and it really makes me happy. So I hope it'll make you guys happy too. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, your day, your weekend, and I will see you later.